Hello and welcome. So, we are your coaches for the 48-hour voiceover bootcamp at Milne Studio.
Hello.
Hello and welcome. So, we decided to do this introduction kind of podcast style just so that you guys can get to know us and kind of get a feel for who we are as coaches and what you can expect in the program. Our first question here is what got you into voiceover? So, Greg, you take it away.
Wow, what got me into voiceover? I've just always wanted to do voiceover for animation, cartoons and video games and stuff like that. I worked as a graphic designer for about 15 years, and then one day my job wasn't there anymore. So I said, well, you know what? This is the time to do it. So I started taking classes and lessons. I took my first class in 2017, I think, and
Wow.
went from there. And it was an animation class, and it went really, really well. And since then, I've been pursuing my dream of being a voice actor.
Nice.
Yeah. What about
I
you?
I think for me, growing up, you watch cartoons all the time, right? And you just like, I don't know, I watched these characters and I'd be like, I wonder how they do that. I wonder who's behind that. I was like, I want to be a part of that in terms of like commercial stuff because I also love doing that. I would always listen to like the commercials on the radio and I'd be like they just sound so silky. Like
Yes.
you think of the texture of how they sound and I was just very attracted to that and attracted to audio. Like I worked on audio boards and lighting boards and stuff in the tech side of things. I was like on the media team in high school. So I was very behind the scenes. And then I went to school for theater and I kind of like took a step back from like the tech for a while, but I always knew I wanted to do voiceover when I graduated.
What is it that you're hoping to bring to prospective students?
What we're hoping to bring is just kind of an all-encompassing base that students can have because a lot of times in this industry there's misinformation. We want to make sure that we're giving them the fundamental tools that are really going to carry them through this.
I mean, there is no one right way, and that's another
Yeah,
thing, that
exactly.
so many different ways to get to where you're going. And yeah, I think it's important that we lay that out for them too, and just really have like an information buffet almost for beginner voiceover people or people who are really looking to get into it, about what they can do and also what they shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Good advice is good, and warning people about pitfalls is also very important.
Yeah, exactly. Cuz we've fallen into so many, right? Like
Oh yeah,
we've gone
definitely.
through all the trouble of making those mistakes for you, so we want to impart that wisdom onto you,
Yeah.
and we want to make sure that you don't develop bad habits or spend a whole bunch of money on equipment that's not going to service you and
I mean,
ultimately
yeah,
put you behind.
if here's a tip right now. If you have a $3,000 microphone, but you're recording in a big untreated room, it's going to sound terrible.
And as you said, there's no one right way, and there's not necessarily a wrong way, but there is the industry standard. So
Yeah.
that's what we'll help with.
The next question is, what inspired you to create this program?
So I was the creator of this program. Obviously, there's lots of help from Greg there, and he's added a lot of great resources. But the foundations of it have come from me and my frustration, I'll say, in my ability to have correct information coming into this industry. Yeah, my inspiration for this is to make sure that you know what you're doing. And you know you have realistic expectations of what it's going to give you because it's not just a quick buck.
Anyone who tells you you're going to make $100,000 in your first year of being a voice actor is lying to you. You need to know what you're getting into. It's a business like anything else. You got to put the work in. You got to grind.
Hmm. Which is, I mean, why this program is a little work heavy too. Like we've got two assignments that you have to complete before you've even come in and taken the first day. We want you to be working on these assignments so that when you come in, you have a base understanding of how we're going to do these things, and then we're going to put them into practice.
I hope this, doesn't burst anyone's bubble, but that they're going to come in and do that because, yeah, you got to work. And you've put so much work into this course
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it's amazing. Like, just looking at all the resources and everything, it's like, wow, like, I'm just happy to have helped in my own way,
Yeah.
because it's really very comprehensive.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I wanted to deliver it in a way that is absorbable, at least.
Yes. And
You
there's
know?
going to be some great take home materials also in this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How much coaching do I need? And will I still need coaching if I take this boot camp?
Yes, you will still need coaching if you take this boot camp.
Yeah.
100%. This is like the very first big chunk you need in order to go and start working with a coach or multiple coaches, because we encourage
Yes.
you to expand your horizons.
Yes. Absolutely.
Most times, not always, but most times, when you go to a coach, the expectation or the idea is that with a coach, you're practicing scripts. And if you don't know the basics, if you don't know how to set up your equipment, what equipment to buy, how to use your digital audio workspace, your DAW, you may waste your time when you could just be working on scripts. So we're trying to give you this so you don't have to do that. You're going to learn the tech behind everything, the terminology, the definitions of everything, your interface, your digital audio workspace, if you're working in animation versus in commercial, which terms you might hear. You're going to learn how to audition. You're going to be auditioning for Greg and I, mock auditioning. We're going to teach you how to self-tape, how to do that the right way, what is good to be sending out to an agent once you're ready, you
Once
know,
you're ready.
talking over these important details. And we want to encourage you and help you to be in the mindset of finding the knowledge for yourself and always being in the practice of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think that
this
covers
is
it.
really fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So thank you so much for being here with us today to get a feel for what this 48-hour boot camp is going to look like here at
We
Milne Studio.
look forward to seeing you.